So a couple weeks ago, I sent out a newsletter, and I was getting a lot of feedback from my Facebook and stuff. People were asking me about what I put in my newsletters, when do I send them out, how do I get my names and things like that. So I thought I would do a quick review on newsletters. Now, I also have another vlog that I did quite a while ago that also gives you a little bit more information and gives you some screen prints and stuff like that. So if you watch this vlog and you feel like you need a lot more information regarding how to set up your newsletters and what my newsletters actually look like, you're welcome to go searching for that vlog. It's somewhere on my YouTube channel, my Vimeo channel, and you're welcome to look for it. Okay, but I will basically just want to touch kind of the basic topics regarding newsletters on this vlog today. Okay, so the first thing is how to get names for your newsletters. So of course the most cost-effective way is to gather names as they come in your inbox, from your Facebook, from your website, things like that, or from events that you actually go to. All you really need is their first name and their email address. Okay, now I usually get my names from a variety of different sources. I actually collect names over the years as they inquire in my inbox. But I also get names from like bridal shows, and I was with Sack Bride and Groom for a while, so they would send me names of recent brides and stuff like that. So that was really beneficial to do that. So obviously those are going to be a little bit more of money out of your pocket to do. But if you are just starting out and you want to kind of start on a cost-effective way and maybe not spend any money, just start collecting names, or look back at like your old emails and see what clients didn't book, or even clients that do book, and start compiling a list of those names. The reason why I'm saying that is that even if you're like a wedding photographer, say I went to a bridal show and I'm trying to book brides, right? Well, that list is still really valuable even if I don't book their wedding, because I'm a boudoir photographer, so I know that down the line they might want to do boudoir, for anniversary gift, and I also do maternity. So obviously they got married, so they're gonna want to do maternity pictures, hopefully, maybe, and it's perfect for people who are like portrait photographers or baby photographers, because even if you don't book their wedding, you might be able to book them to do family pictures. It might not be next year, it might be 2 years later or 3 years later, and that's pretty good for you anyway, because 3 years later your business is going to be pretty established, and you'll have a really good understanding of how you want to book those clients, and marketing, and you'll see that those things are starting to flow in around the 3-year mark anyway. So the second thing is basically, how do I send out my newsletters? Who do I use? So I right now use MailChimp, and I really like them because they're really easy to use. Their interface is very friendly. They have reports, so that way I can look up to see like who opened the newsletter, what's getting the most traffic, and it gives you a really good understanding of basically where they're clicking and what they're really interested in when they open your newsletter. Okay. Now the great thing about MailChimp is that it's free for the first 1,000 subscribers, so you can basically use it for very long before you actually have to start paying for their services. The other one I'm thinking of using is MadMimi, and I'm thinking of just switching only because I feel like the pricing interface is a lot better as far as my listings concerned. So I might switch there, but I have been using MailChimp for over a year now, and I really love them, and I don't have any problems with them at all. Okay. What do you put in your newsletter? So I always suggest you should always put a tips and tricks section. So if you are a wedding photographer, you want to put some sort of like tips and tricks about weddings, things to make it easier for brides. Basically this section is just to entice them to open it up, to give them some information that maybe they don't know, or they don't have, or they can't get anywhere else, and it gives them just an incentive to kind of open the email so they can view the rest of the stuff. Okay, so then I would put in my second area basically kind of like a promotion. So like for me, I always do boudoir marathons, so I always put the next boudoir marathon on there. If you do like mini sessions or like babies, you can put like a special for babies, or your next Christmas mini session, like right now is great for Christmas advertising. So if I were to send out a newsletter today, that's what I would do. And then the third section is always a recent shoot. So a recent wedding that I'm really proud of, or a recent boudoir shoot I'm really proud of. Because after they see the tips and tricks, maybe they're like, okay, now I'm really interested. I really want to see what this photographer can do. It's really good to have a little section for them to click on to kind of see more of your work, to give them a little bit more push to contact you. So how successful are the newsletters for me? Pretty successful as far as Boudoir goes. I actually, every time I send a newsletter, and I do it about maybe once a month, twice a month if I'm not very busy, I usually get about 2 or 3 inquiries for Boudoir, and I usually book about 2 of those inquiries. So that really works really well for me. And if I know the third person, if they don't book, eventually down the line, I might end up getting them. So I really strive really hard to think about what entices people to open the newsletter, especially when I see somebody opening it over and over and over again. Because you'll see people opening it like 10 times. And then you think, okay, you know what? There's going to be one day that person is going to contact me, and I might say something that really, you know, makes them want to go to my website. So you just have to keep trying. And you know what they say with marketing is like, you have to hit somebody's email box 7 times before they remember you. So just because they don't contact you the first time, don't give up on the newsletter. You have to continue to do it to kind of build that audience and build that memory in their mind of you. So that way in the future, they might want to contact you. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps you. As always, I do videos every Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to keep up more tips and tricks. I will talk to you next time. Bye!